All right, guys, we are out and running on the Engwe. This is the LE20. It's the cargo bike. No mirrors on this today. You know how that bugs me, but just trying to get out here. I wanted to take this thing out. I haven't taken it in a while. It's a little cool out here today. It's 48 degrees right now. I am leaning a little bit over on this, but I have the bars all the way down. I know the last time I took it, my camera was like in the bars, so I wanted to keep the bars down so you guys could see better today. But it makes it a little bit uncomfortable for me. But I do have my suspension post and Blue Wind seat on this bike today. So I was in the garage, done a lot this weekend, but not getting too many videos done yet. I am planning on going back after this ride, so I'm doing some videos. I had to get out here today because we set the clocks back and I'm not going to be able to come home from work and go out for a ride because it's going to be pitch dark. Unless it's a really nice night and I can go out in the dark, which I don't mind doing, but I don't want to be cold and in the dark. So hopefully our weather cooperates a little bit more. I've actually got my winter coat on today. No heated vest though. I do have my heated gloves, but they're not on. I figured if my fingers start getting cold, I would turn them on. So yeah, we're losing the weather for sure. We are in November. So I was getting ready to do some more video on the TK Pro trike. I've had some issues with that trike. The trike is a great trike. I mean, it's got one problem, and it's because they added a feature that I wish that they didn't add. I mean, it's a great idea, but it's not something that's well thought out on their part. Because they have, I don't know if I want to call it regenerative braking, because no one's verified that it's pushing anything back to the battery. So I don't know what they're doing. I really wish I could get the schematics on it so that I could figure out how to undo it. So what ends up happening is they have a chain tensioner on that, and it's got a nylon gear on it. The chain keeps loosening up because all the pressure's on the bottom of the pulleys and that chain tensioner when you're braking on that thing. Well, not when you're actually braking with the brakes, when it's doing motor braking, I'm going to call it. It was changing the position of the tensioner to loosen it up all the time. It's constantly loosening the tensioner. So I made a bracket because it was also bending over the tab that's welding onto the frame, and if that broke off the frame, we'd be really screwed. I made a bracket which worked out great, so it wouldn't loosen the chain anymore. So Richard got a hold of me today and said his bike's doing it too. And I said, wow, in Florida? Because I thought it was just a hill thing that I have up here. But his is also popping. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go out and see if I can literally do some damage on this trike. I didn't pay for the trike. It's a nice trike, like I said. I don't want to intentionally hurt it. But so every time I would make the noise, I would back off. So I took it out. I let it do it, and I didn't stop it. So it ripped that nylon gear, just shattered the nylon gear off that chain tensioner. And then the chain was totally loose and everything. I had another one, so I have the trike fixed again. But I got to be really careful if I use that bike not to allow that braking to kick in. So no pedaling when I get up to the 15 miles an hour, because if I continue to pedal, just rotate my feet, that thing is going to want to brake because it's only set to 15 miles an hour. It's actually set to like 14 and a half. So I've got to be very careful until they figure out how to fix this. And I have written to them emails. They are aware of the problem, and the review that I had going out on this bike now, I don't feel like I should put it out. But you know, I don't like promoting a bike that has an issue until they fix it. So awesome bike, guys, if they could fix this problem. So close to a home run. It's not even funny, man. I'll tell you, it is really a nice trike. Hopefully we can get that squared away. I don't know. I'll do my review on the electric one bike, I guess. And I haven't even started on that one, and I'm halfway through the TK1, so that sucks. I was out doing some B-roll on it when Richard started texting me, and then I did the video on this, blowing up this gear. I intentionally did it because, how you doing? I wanted to make it happen so that we knew what the problem is, so that they can now start solving it. The chain on top of the motor gear literally floats above the gear because there is absolutely no pressure on it. In fact, there's back pressure on it because those pulleys on the bottom are just taking all the weight of myself, almost a 200-pound man, and of a 100-pound bike. So there's 300 pounds it's holding back going down a hill. So there's quite a bit of pressure on that. And due to the gearing, there could be a lot more than 300 foot-pounds of pressure on that thing. So I had another gear coming for possibly the HJM trike. I was going to try changing out that motor gear, which I don't even know if this is the right gear. I'm just kind of winging it, and I'll return it to Amazon if it isn't the right gear. The gear didn't show up. It's like, it just says there's a problem, it's delayed. I got a seat that's the same way. I was supposed to have the seat, both the gear and the seat, the next day, and both of them haven't shipped, so I don't get it. I figure I'll wait it out. The seat is that other seat for the one bike that I was going to try, and then we'll see, which one we want to go with. I know the blue one seat's really comfortable on it. I just don't want to run the blue one seat. It's too big, looks weird. We are out on the Ingu LE20 cargo bike today. Figured I'd get it out here. This thing's got awesome battery range, guys. Go a long ways. This is a torque sensor bike, and it is a very nice bike. The motor's a little on the whiny side, but other than that, it's got, like I said, tons of battery. We got 40 amp hours of battery on this thing. Because when I go out on this thing, it's just a nice cruising slow bike, and that's what I'm looking for today. So don't want to win any races, and it's kind of cold out, like I said, so the wind chill just makes it even worse. So again, I looked at that one bike. I'm just so enjoying that bike right now. I almost wanted to take that again, but I was like, nope, take the Engwe. But this is an awesome cargo bike as far as it's cruising. This thing cruises really nice. I'm just sitting here throttling right now up the hill, and with so much battery on this bike, I can do a lot of throttling if I want to, and that's what I want to do today. I don't want to work hard. I just want to relax. I said I'm going to go back and start doing some videos and figuring out what I'm doing there. I got the garage all set up. I went out yesterday to Harbor Freight. I had a 15 off one item, so I wanted to pick up a motorcycle lift. So I now have a motorcycle lift to work on the bikes, which I probably should have bought in the beginning, but I was being cheap because, it's $550, and ended up costing me like $480 or something with the discount, the 15 off. And I got 12 months, 0% financing, so why not? So that's going to make things a lot nicer for me for videoing, a lot nicer to demonstrate things, because I can get the whole bike up, and the bike is not tied down if I don't want it to be tied down. I can just have it on a kickstand, or I can tie the bike down so that I can work on it even better. But it's more of what I needed, and I figured we'll get it done. It kind of finishes off my shop a little bit. I've got like one thing left I want to do before, we're full-blown winter here, and that's actually a wall-mounted fan so that I can get the heat moving around in the garage. So I have a electric heating in there, and it is a fan type heater, but all the heat stays up in the ceiling. So I'm going to put a fan on the wall, oscillating fan, so that we can move that around, get the heat going. But then when I get the heat running, half the time I shut it off so that you guys don't hear the fan in the background. But I have been doing the voice isolation at a percentage on a lot of my videos. Even my ride videos, I've been putting the voice isolation at about 18 to 20%, depending on how much noise is going on with the bike and the road noise. And like, we haven't had a car go by us in a long time, but cars can be annoying if, they keep going by. So I try to dampen that and make everybody's experience as enjoyable as I can. I may actually put the second battery connection into the one bike today. I don't know. I want to get the review done on that before I do anything, in case I have to go back and video the bike again for some reason. I don't want to have wires hanging out of it that I don't want to have to explain. Like I said, Electric knows that I'm going to be doing that to that bike because I didn't want to upset them. They gave me the bike. So did we decide that this bike didn't have cruise? I'm pretty sure we did, but I'm gonna... Nah, I know this is the bike. It goes into walk mode when I hit the button. So yeah, my ears are starting to get... I got my Rev 1 hat on, and it's just a stocking hat, so it's not like it's super warm, but it's warmer than having my ears right out in the open, that's for sure. You know what? We're all the way down here. Why don't we do a walk around on this bike? Here's the LE20 cargo bike. This is a nice bike. That blue wind seat doesn't belong on there, but other than that, the bike is stock. This thing has a torque sensor, dual batteries, and they're 20 amp hour batteries, so this thing's rocking 40 amp hours. Center kickstand on this thing, 3 by 20 inch tires on this thing. They have road tires on it, so those are nice. We have the rear seating on this bike also. Running boards are available. They're just not out yet. They're coming to me when when they finally get them in. They fold. They're really nice running boards. I saw them. They're good looking. We have nice braking on this. Braking is quiet on it. Works very well. 180 rotors all the way around. Hydraulic, obviously. We've got plastic fenders on it. We got a dual headlight on this thing, so it's got 2 LED lights in it. No front basket on this. They didn't send it. It is an option though. We have directionals on this bike. We have a bell on this bike. We have all kinds of stuff. The screen is nice. This thing can charge both batteries at the same time, which is really nice also, with one charger. So that's really nice. Both batteries show up on the screen on this thing, so they're right here, so you can see they're both at 97%. Awesome. 5 passes on it. Everything you want on this. 7-speed on this. Tourney derailleur like all the others. Folding stem on this. I don't like this bar setup, but whatever, it is what it is. Twist throttle on it. Directionals again. You've got your bell, and it's a nice cargo bike, guys. Definitely would recommend this cargo bike, and the money on it is pretty reasonable also. So check it out, guys. And I have 100 off on this bike if you're interested, and I will pin it in the comments. So, all right, let's get back on the road. All right, Bruce, I got my glasses on again today. All right, guys, so we have 40 miles on it. Well, that's the trip. Let's see what this thing. How do I cycle through this? Hard to do with my gloves on. So yeah, cycling through. This has total time on the bike, so this thing does not reset itself. And we have 41 miles on this bike. Like I said, I know Engwe, I feel, has gotten a bum rap in the past, but some of the bikes that they've been coming out with that they've been sending me are just really nice bikes. So if there was a problem with these in the past, I think they have rectified the problem. I've never had to deal with customer service, so I don't know how that is. Like anything else, I mean, it's hard to to know how customer service is until after you buy a bike. When you're buying it, everybody is great and they will answer all your questions, and you know, and you buy a bike and you go, hey, I got this problem, and it's like crickets. So you never know. There are some companies out there that I highly recommend. Again, Engwe, I don't know how their customer service is, so I can't tell you. And I'd love to say it's great, but I don't know that. So I'm trying to stick on roads today that has a little bit better for me because I got no mirror on this bike. I'm running out of mirrors. I gotta come up with some kind of a mirror that I can clip on these review bikes so that I don't have to keep buying mirrors and installing them on bikes. This bike is a really pretty blue. It's a very tealy blue. It's very nice. So this bike inspired me to change my shop around because the bike was dark blue. My toolbox was black with dark blue handles. And the board in back where my tools hang, that's black. And there was just so much black in the background that this bike kind of blended in. So I needed to make the bikes pop in the future better than blending in, because you know, we're trying to show a bike, we don't want it to blend in. So I moved the toolboxes around. I know you guys know that, and I may actually paint that pegboard, which it's a steel pegboard, but I may actually paint that white, even though it's going to have tools on it, just so it's not black. It just, you know, like I said, I want the bike to stand out. We now have a lift in there, so the lift is centered so that we can work on the bikes in there. They will be up in the air instead of shooting down at the ground half the time. I can have it up. We can really get some good camera angles so that when I do something on there, people can see what I'm doing. So, I mean, and I've said this before, I've already done 2 or 3 brake bleeds, but everybody always says, oh, I didn't see this, I didn't see that. So I want to really do a really good brake bleed that everybody can see everything on. So I'm going to, one of these days, do that. I know a lot of you guys who watch me know how to bleed brakes and don't want to see it, don't watch it. So there are a lot of people out there. I do have a lot of presence on Facebook groups, different, you know, Engwe, Mooncool, Electric, so on and so forth. So they have a lot of questions for me a lot of times. So a lot of these people on these Facebook groups are either just interested in buying a bike or have recently bought a bike and they have a lot of questions. And that's, you know, why I do these self-help videos. And even if you don't decide to do it yourself, it gives you the option of saying, you know what, I saw Gary do it. It's beyond what I can do, and I'm going to pay somebody to do it. So, and when I do finally retire and, you know, move to, I don't know, the Carolinas looking pretty good right now. And my wife would like to see north. I'd like to see south. I could go somewhere in the middle, would be fine with me also. But more than likely, it could be north. But I do want a big building in the house that I buy. Either a 3-car plus garage. You know, I would like an outbuilding. Maybe even if I had to put up a steel building, something that was 40 by 50 or 35 by 50, 60, whatever. As I want to set up a studio in there that I don't have to keep taking apart every time I do my videoing. I can, that way there, I can access it much easier and do a lot more videos. Leave it set up all the time. And I also like some room to do some bikes, and I want to do some local repair work. And I may also be a center or something for some of these bike companies where you can come down and demo bikes, and I could also put them together and deliver them for a fee. I would like to definitely stay doing this biking stuff. Maybe do it a little bit more. I don't really want to start a business, but it keeps me busy, and I could do it relatively cheap for people. And I would be happy doing something, because I'm not a sit around and watch TV kind of guy. And I may start doing some sales also. So I have had some conversations with some, well, conversations. I always say conversations. I've had some emails swapped about having bikes built and sent over. And pretty much, if I'm willing to buy 10 bikes at a time, these manufacturers are willing to work with me. 10 bikes at a time get me an okay deal. And if I buy more than that, I can get a better deal. But I'd probably start by buying 10 bikes, seeing how they sold, and making sure that we could ship them at a reasonable price and people were interested in. Maybe the second one I do 20 bikes. I don't know. But it's something I'm thinking about. So we are going down a hill here. Not a big hill. This is, I don't know. This is not a big hill. This is a Florida hill maybe. And we were at 21 miles an hour, coasting down. We're holding at 20 right now, dropping off a little bit, even though we're still headed down this hill, but we're probably, I don't know, 1 or 2 degrees now. It's not a big hill. And I am in 7th gear. And the crank looks like a decent size. I would guess it to be 52, but I don't know for sure. We're definitely just out for a cruise today. I have no destination in mind, and I keep switching up every time I get somewhere. But again, I'm trying to stay on roads that mirrors on a issue. Like this rotary here. I will peek over my shoulder to make sure no cars are coming. I'm pedaling 25, 26, 27, and the motor's still there. But I am pedaling like a madman, so we would definitely have to do something here. It's probably got a 1428 on the back like everybody else. What is with 1428s, guys? How about an 1132, at least? So I've got those videos I got to get going on for electric too. Starting to get curious when we're going to be getting the bikes. So the dates are coming up. It's the 12th for one and the 15th for the other. I don't know if they're going to be pre-orders or whether the bikes are going to be in stock at that point. I don't know. So you guys know all these roads. I'm just kind of meandering though today, totally different ways than I normally go. Like I said, I figure I'd get out here, take advantage of the sun, take advantage of some warmth. So we do have that mobility scooter coming in this week, Monday or Tuesday, something like that. So I'll be doing a video on that. I told my wife, since it was her sister's husband that he decided he didn't want it, that I was going to sit her in it and send her into Walmart with it, and I was going to video her. So, and she laughingly agreed. She never would, but I may kid her about it. I may throw the thing in the car and say, "Get in the car, let's go." But that would make a cool video though, of me videoing her, like making her way in the door and stuff. So I'd like to do it. I'd actually like to get somebody that would volunteer with me. I couldn't really pay them because I don't make any money, but it's too bad there wasn't somebody around that wanted to do some videos or whatever, to run the camera and try to get better at videoing. As right now, I'm the camera guy. I'm the script guy, I'm the actor, and I'm sound, you name it. I got every job. And you gotta try to pull it all together. I got, a lot of creators out there that like, you're crazy, man. It's one camera, the mic on the camera, that's all you need. A lot of these guys do it. I just, I don't know. I like to, first of all, I like to do, no matter what I would do, I always want to improve on it. So I like to push it. and I like to try to get it really good. I mean, I'm almost into the point now where I'm thinking, you know, more cinematography now. So I want to have blurring in the backgrounds. Yeah, I'm whacked, totally whacked out. Even these action cameras, you know, whether it be a GoPro or the Action 4, 5, whatever, you know, DJIs. You got the Insta 360 action cameras now. These things take crappy video. I mean, they do a decent job for what we're doing, but you can't see hills, you can't see off in the distance. It's always so disappointing. I'm out on the reservoir saying, and there's a sailboat out there, and I'm like, hey guys, look at the beautiful sailboat out there. And I go back and look at the video, and I'm like, where the heck is the sailboat? You can barely see the thing. So they suck. That's why I did buy that other camera. And I'm hoping, not that I want to carry it, because it is a pretty sizable size camera, but I, you know, maybe backpack it or something and have it with me so that when we do some special rides that I could have it with me, so that when we see a lighthouse, let's say, I can do some better photography on that lighthouse so you can enjoy it better too. So unfortunately, I start getting all this stuff, and you know, I had this stupid hernia all summer, and I had my foot injury before that. It was not a good summer to get out there and show you guys New England. But next year, we'll get out there and do New England. God willing, let's put it that way. You never know what they have in store for you. Obviously, this summer was something that I needed to slow down a little, apparently. Don't know why. I had a lot of plans. But you know what? I started out in the spring. I had no bikes or anything. I mean, they were in my vision that I wanted at some point to get bikes. Now I'm getting bikes, so I guess slowing it down for the summer and doing what we did paid off, because I have manufacturers that are interested in me, and you know, maybe by next summer they'll be even more interested in me. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff coming in. Like I said, I've been turning down more bikes recently than I've been taking in. So a lot of I don't know, folding bikes are definitely in right now. Cheap folding bikes too, but I look at the specs on them. The minute they say, hey, you know, we'd like to send you this bike, sometimes they don't even have a link to it, and I have to go find it myself. You know, I'll look at the company name, and then I'll have to go and look at it. And I look at the specs on it, I look at the price on it, and I go, yeah, nah. I mean, obviously, cheaper is better, but cheaper is cheap. So I'm trying to find, like these Engwes, these things are pretty nice for the money, guys. I keep going back to that L20 I got. Okay, it doesn't have hydraulic brakes on it. It has cable pull. But other than that, that bike is freaking great for the money. I got $100 off now. When I first came out with that bike, they were only allowing me to give $50 off. I can do $100 off for you guys now on these Engwes. Brings the price down. I think that was $6.99. Brings it down to $5.99 for that bike. I mean, that's a great price, guys. Anybody that hasn't ever got out there, it's a folding bike. Fold the thing up, put it in your car, and you don't need a bike carrier. You know, you get this bike, you pay $5.99 for it. That's all you buy. Buy a helmet, please. You get out there, all of a sudden you go, you know what, this bike is great, and I'm using it every, you know, weekend or every other weekend, and go buy yourself a better bike. Better bikes are not hard to come by. Cheap, good bikes are hard to come by. And, you know, like I said, a lot of these companies are dangling these $500 to $800-900 bikes in front of me going, hey, take it, take it. And I look at them and they're just, you know, some of them are single speed, mechanical brakes, 750 motor, 500 watt motor, or 300 watt motor, and I don't know. Just not what I think my channel should be getting behind. Even the Engwe, when I first took it in, the first one, the LE20 there, 2.0, again, I think it's a super bike for the money. When I first took it in, I had checked out Engwe. I go on to Facebook. I see what people, you know, their groups are saying about the bikes. And, you know, there's a lot of dissatisfied people out there in every single bike group. Because there's more people complaining than more people getting on there going, hey, my bike is wonderful. I love it, you know. But God forbid if, you know, the kickstand falls over or loosens up, and, you know, and then there's 55 complaints about, yeah, my kickstand was loose too, or whatever. It's just, people love to complain, and people don't say nice things as many times as they should. So you look at these, you got to kind of read between the lines, and you go, hey, you know, a lot of people have some good things, or, you know, all of a sudden you go on there and, you know, you see a lot of people, if they're complaining about one particular thing, you know that they're not related. Like, this guy didn't see this guy's post and start commenting the same thing. You know, they'll comment, hey, my motor makes a whine at 20 miles an hour. Anybody else have that problem? And then you read another one. Hey, I don't know if anybody's got this problem, but my motor's got a whine at 20 miles an hour. You know, what do I do? Or do I just ignore it? Or, and then you go, hey, sounds like this thing's got a whine in the motor. So you can find out quite a bit by going to these pages, but don't believe everything you read is what I'm saying. So it looks like we'll hit 50 miles on this bike today. Not 50 miles worth of riding today, but the bike will hit 50 miles because we're at 48 now. So if you have, not to start the sales pitch, but if you have, you know, kids and you only have one car or something, these things might be an option, guys. But, well, you know, whether it be the Engwe or Moon Cool or electric or whatever, you know, there's a lot of cargo bikes coming out. I've obviously, you guys know, I've got a lot on my channel right now, and I know the manufacturers are really pushing them. So I think cargo bikes are probably going to be what trikes were this year for next year. I think you're going to see a lot of cargo bikes coming out. Seems like 2024 was the year of the trike, and it looks like 2025 will be the year of the cargo bike. I don't mind the cargo bike. It just gives me more options to put stuff on them, but I don't want cargo bikes limited to 20 miles an hour. That aggravates me. You know how I feel about this, guys. You know, leave the speed up to me, please. Don't tell me you don't want me going over 20 miles an hour. I want the choice. And I know a lot of people don't want to go more than 20 miles an hour. I got other creators out there that want to go 20 miles an hour or less. I don't have a problem with that. They shouldn't have a problem with me wanting to go to 30 miles an hour, let's say, you know? It's my choice, it's their choice. So manufacturers, please leave it up to us. So, I mean, there's no secret that, you know, electric is one of my favorite brands. And I've reached out to them, and I know that their trike has been on the market for a while. And I do not know of any in the works, so that's not what I'm saying. But I said, I know you guys are going to be revamping your trike soon. Please allow us to unlock the trike to at least 25 miles an hour. I mean, 28, even better, but please, at least 25. I mean, 20 would be even better, but 25, very doable on a trike. I've got one that goes 25, not a problem at all. Do I want to go into a corner you know, at 25, 30 miles an hour? No, but I don't necessarily want to do that on a e-bike either. So tomorrow night when I come home from work, it'll be dark. Yay! I love that time of year. It's one thing I found out when I was in Arizona. Arizona does not do daylight savings time. Yay for them. I don't know why we still do it. Oh, going by the reservoir, there's a guy out there in a fishing boat. He's standing up fishing right now, but you guys would never see that. And I'm actually going to stop, and I'm going to point the camera out there. And can you see a guy fishing, standing up on a fishing boat? I can guarantee you don't. Because these cameras really suck for taking in everything. I mean, they're great for 30 feet out, 35 feet out from the bike, but other than that, not so good. If I had my other camera, I could zoom in on that guy and he'd get to see it. I also was looking at video compared to the camera. So I have a $1,500 video camera that I use for the shop, along with some of my other cameras I use. I have the DJI, I forget what they call it now, but it's not the action camera, it's another camera that they have. I use that one for close-ups and stuff. I use the action cameras also. I actually started recording both cameras, so the $1,500 camera I have and my brand new camera that now I have over $1,500 invested in, but a lot of that's in lenses. But I was looking at those, I'm like, wow, the picture is actually better on my brand new camera. I mean, the color, the picture. Again, I've got to stop and look down the road before I can cross because I don't have my mirror. There's a lot of people out here walking today, but I figured we'd hit the rail trail for a little bit. How you doing? I can't even really see the people because the sun's in my eyes. But this is the nice thing. I'm in pass 5, and normally when I hit these rail trails, you guys know I drop the pass down. How you doing? And I don't have to drop the pass down with a torque sensor. You can just control how fast you go by pedaling slower. That's what the great thing is about these torque sensors. So the reservoir is way down. As you can see all the weeds. We got to get the snow and raining and get this thing back up. I thought about going up to the reservoir today with my wife, but a little chilly for her. How you doing? I didn't. And I want to find a bike for her. It's got to have dual batteries on it because that reservoir trip is a little bit of a... if she's going to lean on the throttle more or use the bike's power, because it's a lot of hills we got to deal with, I need 2 batteries. So I need a bike that's running dual batteries on it to start with. And every one of my dual battery bikes, she doesn't fit on well. Because she wants to be flat-footed when she's sitting on the seat on the ground. You know, I had thought about this bike, but again, with the seat all the way down, you can't flat-foot it. I mean, that's a tough one. You know, this 20-inch bike and you can't flat-foot it, so it's not that my wife is that short. She just wants to be flat-footed on the ground. It makes her feel more comfortable. And if it makes her feel comfortable and she's willing to ride, I don't have a problem with that. It's all about how you feel about your bike. Why not? I'd like to get the cyber bike out again, but you know, this hernia operation's two months old now, and I still feel it when we get knocked around a little bit. So, still not 100%. Don't know if I'll ever be, to tell you the truth, at this point. But so long as I'm not going to do any damage, I don't mind. I don't mind taking a little pain, but I don't want to do any damage to myself. So I've been taking it easy. I did have the cyber bike out once, and we did pretty good. And it tends to be a little bit rougher when I take that bike out. Number one, because I'm not babying it. I really I hit it hard. Trying to see what hit there, so because we had gone over that little bump with this kickstand. So we've been out, I don't know how long we've been out, over an hour. We're still at 81 on one battery and 83 on the other battery. How you doing? Actually, you got more people today saying hi than they normally do. Came down this trail the other night in the dark. I don't mind doing night rides, but I want it warmer. I kept saying I was going to do some night rides this summer too, and I never did. Just, again, you know, going back to the pain that I had all summer. Hey Jeff, when you see this, you just texted me. Can't see what it is because the sun is right in my eyes. And of course I got my gloves on and I can't activate my phone with my gloves on. Not that I should be activating my phone anyways. Hey Bruce, Neil Young's on. Harvest Moon. I wonder if I can say that without copyright infringements. Oh, so we are at 52 miles on this bike now. Question is, before the snow flies, can we get 100 on it? I don't know. I guess it depends on how many times I take it out. It's 49 degrees. I think I warmed up a little. So we're going to be right around 80% with these batteries today. And I did not reset the trip on it, so I don't know how many miles we got out of it, but I'd say we're probably, I think we're somewhere around 20 miles for the day. Like I said, this bike could go a long ways on the 40 amp hours on this bike. So, and don't forget about all these Black Friday sales. So far, I've looked at the Black Friday sales. They look like the same price, you know. I see, you know, get $600 off this bike. Hurry up, Black Friday sale. And I go and look at it and go, it's the same price it was before, you know? I don't know. I don't think there's any bike manufacturer out there that has a bike that they sell for retail all the time. They always have it on sale. They have a fantasy price to make you feel that you're getting a deal when you buy it. Oh, it was a, you know, $200 bike, and I got it on sale for $15.99. But it's always on sale for $15.99. So what's the real price of the bike? $15.99. So the exit that I get on the highway, they've been putting Jersey barriers down there, the big cement ones. I have a feeling they're going to be closing my exit for the winter, which won't make me very happy, but I know they're doing bridge work, and yeah, I bet you they're going to be closing. It means I'm going to have to go a longer way to get on the highway to go to work. Surprised there was a big limb on the side of the road, and it's oak. I'm surprised somebody hasn't gone and cut it up for their fireplace. All right, guys, we're almost home, so I'm going to be saying we will see you next Saturday. Thank you for coming along again. You guys are super great. You're getting my hours up there. Thank you very much. And every month, my hours go up, and I love it, you know. So thank you very much, guys. And any of you guys that haven't hit that subscribe button, new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button on the way out, and leave me a comment, and also give me the thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, whatever you want to do, guys. We'll see you next Saturday, and you guys have an awesome week coming up, and see you next Saturday, guys. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching my video today, and if you are interested in buying a bike or something, please check with my affiliate links. That helps the channel out greatly. Again, guys, hit that like and subscribe on the way out, and thank you very much for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you.